I guess, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like I should be in my best behavior right now.
Well, yeah, because I might be really unpleasant too. What do you think you're wearing pink for, Matt? I don't like your watch. And you've got red socks on with white shoes. What on earth prompted that decision this morning? Did you look at yourself in the mirror and decide that it was a good idea?
I did second think the socks. I did second think them. I did second think them. I guess, what was your first experience with Disney? I mean, your first memory. As anything, yeah, as a child, your first memory of Disney.
I was taken to see in the cinema Fantasia. And suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder for some time afterwards, I have to tell you, because it was terrifying. I loved the hippos, and I saw it recently, actually, and it's just, there are some bits of it that are so funny. But there's also the nightmarish sections when the brooms keep multiplying, you know, which is like, it's like Disney's version of The Matrix, you know, and then Night on Bear Mountain is just so scary. But brilliant stuff. And those artists, of course, my mother took me because she thought I would be listening to that wonderful selection of music, and didn't realise, but I've never forgotten it. It was a very powerful experience. Those early films, the early Disney movies, are very, very powerful pieces of work.
How'd you find the character playing someone so polite?
You know what? It was a great relief to play someone who's authentically rude all the time because she's in a state. And I've met people, I did a lot of research into her, of course, you know. But we're also well-behaved, aren't we? We're supposed to be well-behaved. We're all supposed to be kind and nice all the time, even when we don't feel like being kind and nice. And there's something very liberating about someone who just isn't.
I agree.
You know?
They say the things that sometimes we want to say, but we shouldn't say.
Exactly so.
Yeah. What was it like working with Tom Hanks? I mean, both
it was
yourself and
awful.
Tom.
He's so difficult, and he's on and on and on, very demanding, constant things, you know, caviar here, and, you know, you can't, he's like, Tom's a dream come true, really. He's sort of otherworldly. And that's why he was such a great choice for Walt Disney, because it seems to me that he embodies something iconically to do with the best part of the American character, a kind of open, warm, generous, positive, optimistic hospitality that is one of the reasons I love this country so much, in spite of its shadow side, about which I know a great deal as well. But let's not go there, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Does it take you back? I mean, part of watching the storyline and seeing Colin's relationship, you know, as his character with his daughter, and watching that, kind of takes you back and makes you think about the relationship you have with your parents, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, it does.
You know, watching you go back and seeing how affected you were by this. Did it take you back at all? Do you think, did it make you reflect at all of your relationship with your parents in any way, shape, or form?
Oh,
I mean, what was it like?
Of course. I mean, what I think is so clever is that it reminds you that as we go along, we've got our kids inside us. Everything from babyhood, everything happens in parallel time. It's just that this present moment is the only focus that we have, which is why life is so confusing, because we'll have reactions in this present moment that are in fact the reactions of a child of 8 or a baby of 2. And we don't understand sometimes, unless we've done a great deal of self-reflection, why we're having that reaction. And P.L. Travers during the movie is having those reactions all the time. They're the reactions of a child, and but they're coming out of an incredibly articulate adult. And so they're vastly confusing. And I think what's so brilliant about what John Lee Hancock and the other actors did was you can see them going, they can see that what she's saying is kind of irrational, but they can also see that if they don't do something, she's going to walk off. So how do you deal with it? And this is the art of living. It's the art of living in every walk of life. I mean, you have it with actors, of course, all the time. Or producers or directors. In my line of work, you probably come across it as well, where someone will react and you'll think, where the heck did that come from? Because it surely as hell isn't about the coffee.
something else. Do you want to talk about it?
Exactly. And mostly, of course, they don't, because they don't know. Because our emotional responses are stored in different parts of our brain. And some of it we can't access. And this is true of PTSD in adults as well. There's a lot of research on it. I mean, it's a fascinating area to discuss, but we're talking about artists, and artists who use their art to deal with those wounds, those psychic wounds.
Do you do that?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Do you do yoga? I feel like you might do yoga as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some now.
Thank you very much.